I'm here with Coach Jack, and her Buffalo Bulls just defeated the Fordham Rams. First of all, congratulations on the win and staying undefeated.
Thank you so much. I give all honor to God who's ahead of our life and just kind of give me the wisdom to share with these young ladies that I'm coaching that I'm so proud of every single day.
I have to ask, what has carried over from last season's MAC tourney run into this season that has given you guys this 10-0 now season start?
The magic of unity and consistency. Stephanie Reed is just a special general of our team, and to have most of your team back. And you can't say enough about Joe. Joe didn't have the best game today, but then you see a Catherine step up and understand that Joe was struggling. It has to be somebody to take the shot. Why not me? You got to love that freshman that we got in there too, named Summer Hemphill, who took that monster charge down the stretch. So we're all willing to do anything we can do to create the signet, the team, the oneness, so people can see what does Buffalo look like, and on a consistent basis, we have to show them.
Now, you guys are not collectively a tall team, but you're one of the best in the country for rebounding. What is it that gives you guys this rebounding power? Because your ladies go to work in the paint.
I love that they get the piece of rebounding as an effort situation. You can be a great shooter or not. You can be a great driver or not. But rebounding, anybody can rebound, and all it takes is a lot of heart and desire. It's the box that makes it best, and then you go and get it off the glass. And I think Fordham has a great rebounder in number 5, but I think that if we got to play 1 against 5 on the boards, I think we have a better percentage of winning those.
Now, you coached all over New York. You've coached in the Big Ten. In a major conference like that, is there anything that you learned that has carried over now to your coaching days here at Buffalo?
It's not about major or mid-major or BCS versus FCS. It's about the kids that's in the gym with you, the ones that believe in what you're trying to do. And I said this before, and I'm on record, and I'll say it again. This is the best team I've ever coached. This is a team that allowed me to be all of me, and they are accepting of me, and I'm accepting of them. And we know that we're not the best individuals, but as a collective unit, if we stick together and really believe in each other, we can really be great. I think that if you're winning in the locker room, it doesn't matter what level you are, that's when you can win on the court.
And like I said, you've coached everywhere, but what is it about the state of New York? I know you're from Syracuse. You played at Syracuse. Yes. You were assistant coach at Syracuse. What is it about this state that keeps bringing you back?
My family. My mom lives down the road, 2 hours down the road. The Legette family is important to me. The Leonard family is important to me. My mom's siblings. If you can be around people that love you unconditionally, when I had my struggles at Indiana, and my family were the ones that stood by me, and to be able to be in this state, to get an opportunity from Anuka Brown and Danny White to come back home and get the love and the hugs and the strength to continue on, I'm just so blessed. And New York people, they're very honest, and they didn't just hug me up and say, you were great. They hugged me up and said, these are things you need to get better at. And we worked on things in the dark, and I'm hoping that I can continue to get better on a daily basis.
Now, you give great motivational speeches. I've seen clips online. What made you get into the motivational speaking and really to reach the youth in terms of sports and your talks?
I just believe in young people. I was a young lady that walked with her head down to the 10th grade. I was shy, and I don't like speaking. But I know that if God puts something on your spirit, He wants you to share it. I don't know if I'm a great motivational speaker, but I know that He puts things on my spirit, and I have to share it because I don't do it for the people that receives it. I do it for the relationship I have with God, and I just hope that somebody, if I can reach one of them, that's a blessing. If I can reach the masses, my cup overflows.
Now, you also made a stop at Attica Prison and gave a talk there. What was that like for you?
That was really interesting. I was asked to speak at Attica. I had a nephew that was in Attica, and I went for personal reasons to make certain that people see me but understand that I have family that's locked up. And my message was hope. I spoke to the prisoners that had life. And I share with them, I know it's hard to think that tomorrow is another day and it's a chance that you can have a different situation. But I came here with all my spirit with the word hope. And those guys embraced me, and they really like what we talked about. I'm pen pals with a few of them still. And I just know that, we are all God's children. And we don't always make the right decisions, and we do some really vicious things. But if He wakes us up in the morning, he thinks that his child deserves another day, then we got to give him that word called hope. And that's what my whole message was.
I looked at your coaching staff, all women. Is that something that you did on purpose, or is it just based off of sheer qualifications of the women that are on the bench with you?
I look for women. I did demand. I hadn't been on my staff in the past, but this time I said it had to be a strong, really strong man out there for me to consider them. I think it's important that we have to get back to this game by empowering women. I had a gentleman on my staff earlier, Al Walker, who's now with the Detroit Pistons as a scout guy. He was great, but once he left, I thought it was important to bring back the people that played here at Buffalo, and Sharkey and Zuber. But Coach Cherie, she's my right-hand person. She's with me for 3 different jobs right now, and she's the most loyal person I've ever met. And she brings in the kids that can play for me. And we have a great Dobo in Coach Haley. And so I'm very blessed that I count on them. Down the stretch, they make calls. I sub the kid in. They say sub her in for that kid, and I listen to them, and I respect them, and they respect me. And it's we're all in the foxhole together.
Now, last question. I look at you while you're on the bench. You have a very cool, calm demeanor, especially when the game's coming down, to the final seconds and it's so close. Now, you were a great player at Syracuse. You have a couple of records there. Is that how you were? Is your coaching style the same as your playing style? Because you are super calm, especially down in the stretch.
None of my teammates in college or my coaches would say that I'm calm, but I think it's a time and place to be calm. You can almost take over the game, and I'm learning how to become a better coach. I was always loud and obnoxious and moving and passionate, and sometimes being a big woman and a very masculine voice, referees don't like that sound. So I was hurting my team, and so I had to adjust, and I made the adjustment. I'm still I got teammates that's so much better than me, and I'm trying to continue to get better like them. There's a lady named Sue Ludwig, who was my teammate, who just reached 500 wins in the state of New York, the most winning coach in the entire state of New York in high school. So I got role models that help me get better, and I try to emulate them.